Welcome back. Some of the latest news this week in college football. It's kind of a funny story out of Texas. Texas A&M's an agriculture school.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the rivalry between them and Texas kind of went away since Texas A&M went to the SEC. But obviously the fans are still at each other, so they play pranks on each other all the time. Students and alumni, they play pranks on each other's schools. And Texas is the blue bonnet state, where they have blue flowers planted around campus in Austin. Well, how the surprise this year was seeing that the blue bonnets are now maroon.
Maroon.
The Texas Program Coordinator for Irrigation and Water Conservation, Marcus Hogue, said that the bluebonnet seeds were planted next to the University of Texas Tower a few years ago to make them all blue. But now they've obviously been genetically altered. Now they all bloom maroon.
I love it. And boy, have you heard about Texas A&M's facilities?
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you, they're going all out.
$460 million upgrade.
Yes. I can understand Texas and Texas A&M not getting along right now.
Mm.
And that's been a big rivalry, and I think it was great that Texas A&M made the move to the SEC.
It was. They can spend $460 million on upgrades to have the biggest stadium in the SEC.
Exactly, and already the money that they've generated within their school for moving to the SEC. I mean, they're on the way. I mean, I'm glad to have them. They step right in, and they're ready to go.
Yeah. But the guy over the grounds out there is worried about the seed spreading, so now there's going to be maroon flowers all over the Texas campus. That's kind of funny.
It is funny.
Do you remember former offensive guard at Alabama, Chad Lindsey? Did you see him in the news?
Yes, he's going to Oregon State. No, he's wanting to transfer.
He's visiting Louisville and Oklahoma this week.
Yes, he
graduated and he's got a year eligibility left. And he's also visiting Michigan with Nussmeier.
Well, he was talking. They were talking to him at Ohio State too. So. And I could understand him wanting to go play in that soft conference. He's probably getting tired of getting hit, and he'd probably have a much better time. Not knocked up and down all week, and
he's also going to visit Texas. And Lindsey is 6'2", 302 pounds, who's originally from the Woodlands in Texas. So Charlie Strong might
good luck to him. Yeah.
He's not playing. He wasn't playing in Alabama, so he decided to transfer.
And the one I was thinking about was Jack Del Rio's son, Luke Del Rio.
Yeah.
He's transferring from Alabama to Oregon State. And I liked what he said. Well, he's already up at Oregon State. He said they don't do nearly the yelling at Oregon State.
I bet.
And he said it's a little bit lower key, but he said there's so much depending on football in the SEC. He said you go up there and people are so much more relaxed.
Yeah.
He said in the SEC, he said, good grief, he got yelled at all the time, and when he wasn't even on the field, they'd be yelling at him. So I wish him good luck up there. I mean,
how many players come out of the SEC go to the NFL?
A whole bunch.
There may be one or two from Oregon State every couple of years, but there's 4 or 5 from Alabama and Auburn and LSU and Florida and
Tennessee,
everywhere else.
I mean, even I think Kentucky puts out more pros than Oregon State. I know they're doing basketball.
Yeah. And
I sure hated them getting beat in the Final Four, but I was proud of the SEC for getting 2 teams in the Final Four.
Yeah, we're not a basketball conference.
No, we don't play basketball down here.
No. Just wait a couple more years. We may have 2 or 3 teams in the Final Four again.
Yep. Well, Florida lost 2 ball games all year long, and then lost the 3rd in the Final Four.
I didn't realize that both their losses were to Connecticut.
I know it.
The one they lost early in the season was to Connecticut, and then they lose to them in the Final Four.
I was proud of the SEC for that. And then we just had a Kentucky transfer. Montrell Custis transferred, a 3-star defensive end.
And Baylor has closed their, or the NCAA has closed their investigation on Baylor that their assistant coach, Kendall Briles, had impermissible contact with a football recruit. That was what they were being investigated in for a couple of weeks for
So they
their
closed that
violation.
down
They
now?
closed that down and
Well, good.
not going to do anything to them about it.
And Rolando McClain, former Alabama linebacker, Oakland Raider, he's trying out with the Baltimore Ravens right now, and they say he's slow. He's having trouble, probably out of shape. And I hope he gets back into football, but he's got to get ready now.
Well, last year, before the NFL season started, Jamarcus Russell was trying to get back in the league, but he was going as a defensive end.
A defensive end.
And not a quarterback, and I hadn't heard what's happened with that.
Yeah.
But also this week, Jared Lorenzen, talking about big people, he was the big left-handed quarterback from Kentucky.
Yes.
He's given his praise to the new NCAA rule that has unlimited meals and snacks for players. And that's a rule that was passed this week.
Unlimited snacks.
It stems from the UConn player that was so good during the Final Four. Made a comment one night about they only get 3 meals a day, and that are provided by the school and everything. He talks about going to sleep hungry a lot of times at night. So now there's an unlimited amount of meals and snacks that college football or college athletes can get, and that's going to include walk-ons, which has never been included. Walk-ons would go to practice and everything else that everybody else did. Then they'd have to go home and eat or go wherever and eat.
I think that's great to do.
I do too.
Yeah. Feed these boys.
But Jared said that it's a good thing that wasn't implemented when he was in school.
He'd have been out there at 400 pounds. And I liked him.
I did too.
I tell you. That boy
He
was
played a couple of years with the Giants.
Yes.
So, but,
he could take a hit, and he could give one.
Yeah.
And Saban's got the running backs running with 2 footballs this last couple of weeks. He's going to cut down on some of these fumbles we've had. And I think he's got T.J. Yeldon running with 4. Because T.J.'s always good for 1, but I sure am looking forward to it.
Well, another thing out of Texas, they have recently, they have their own signature scent now, their signature perfume. Hey, the University of Texas is calling it the spirited passion of the Hook'em Horns, the dramatic beauty of the UT Tower bathed in burnt orange, and the immense devotion to the spirit of the Longhorns, passionate, triumphant, and strong. That's the name of the...
I bet it's some cattle manure.
It's Bevo. Is the name.
My name is Edie Hopgood. I would like to cast my vote one more time for our family friend and kin, Paul Manning. Paul has helped me through many things over the years. He has never campaigned with false remarks against his opponents. The people of St. Clair County know Paul as a man's man through and through. Cast your vote for Paul Manning, a great man, for the chairman of St. Clair County Commission.
This ad's paid for by the Paul Manning Campaign. P.O. Box 119, Wattsville, Alabama 35182.